Hello all and welcome to yet another brand new video. Now in today's video we'll be talking about how you can disable SuperNag on your Nintendo Switch and how you can install a web browser so that you can actually browse the web with it. Now this will be killing two birds with one stone because in order to use the web browser you actually need to disable SuperNag, and there are a few tutorials out there showing you ways that you can disable it that work, some that don't. So most of them don't work for the current firmwares, but except this way does work and there's not really any documentation on how to do it. So I'll be showing you in this video how we're going to go ahead and disable the SuperNag on your Switch if your Switch has been riddled with it, and we'll also be showing you how to install the web browser for today. So let's have a look here. There's a few tutorials around showing you how to use the Switch's built-in web browser if you have CFW or not. Now this tutorial is going to be based more for the CFW, and I'll be showing you how to access the web browser through an actual icon on the Switch's home screen. One way that you can do it is through the DNS, as you can see here in this tutorial it does explain it, and I'll quickly show you how this works. So if you go here and you go to connect to the internet, it'll give you an error when it goes to connect to the internet usually. If it doesn't give you that error, then there's a problem with the settings, so you got to go and do that again. Gotta love when you're typing quick and miss a number. So I had put 0 here instead of a 5. So sorry, I'll show you here. I had put a 0 in here instead of a 5. So what you have to do is enter this address as your primary DNS and press OK. Then you go save, the settings will be saved, and then you're gonna go connect to this network, and it'll try and connect to the internet now and it'll fail, and as you can see it'll try and open the browser. Now if you don't have SuperNag disabled, then this shit's going to happen, and you're going to have to update in order to get into the web browser. Now we don't want to do that, so we're going to cancel out of that, and I'm going to show you now how we can go and disable that pop-up. So first thing you want to do is you want to power down your Switch, and we're going to take out the SD card. So I'm just going to be right back as soon as I've got that in the PC. Okay, so once you have your SD card plugged into the PC, you should see something similar to this. Now, I'm going to have a link in the description for this file, but it's BrowserNX, which is the web browser that I'm going to be showcasing in this video, and within this it also has bundled the compiled version of sys-tweak, which is what is used to disable the SuperNag, so to stop that message from popping up. Now I'll show you how this works. It's pretty easy. So this is being used on the Kosmos firmware. I'm not sure if this will work on other Atmosphere firmware, on a standard Atmosphere I should say, or if it will work on RayNX or SXOS. It may be similar or maybe a little bit different. I'm just haven't done the research into those ones specifically, but this is for Kosmos and it does work, the Kosmos Atlas. So what you want to do is you want to pretty much go like this, highlight everything in the zip file, drag and drop it in here, and then I've just already got some of them in there already, so I'm going to replace them. But there's no big deal with that. If yours won't say that unless you've already installed this. And then there's one other step you need to do before you can go and edit the file. So you need to go into the Atmosphere folder, and then you want to go into Contents. Now you want to also go into the Atmosphere folder in the zip file, and then go into Titles. Now you're going to copy this title here, which is the one for the system tweak sys-module, and you're going to paste it in here. Now the reason for this is because depending on which version of Atmosphere or Atlas that you're on, sometimes they read from the contents folder and sometimes they read from the titles folder. So this way, covering both grounds, we've got it in both, so whichever one it reads from, it's going to read from and it's going to find it. No dramas there. So next we're going to go back into the USB drive, and then we're going to go into the Switch folder. And once we're here, we're going to go into the Cosmos Toolbox folder. So in here you'll find two files. Now I've got a text editor installed. It's called Notepad++. I highly recommend downloading this if you don't have it, installing it and using it for this tutorial. If not, if you have some other text editor that works really well, go ahead and use it. I wouldn't use Notepad, the normal Notepad, because it makes a mess of it, and these are very touchy files, so if anything is incorrect in here or the formatting is wrong, it'll break the whole file and the whole thing won't work. So you'll make it worse than what it is now. So anyways, what you need to do then is we can copy pretty much what's here already. So pretty much copy all of that, and you want to come down here, hit enter and paste. If it happens like that, just line it up correctly, and then we're going to add this symbol here. I forget what it's called, but you're just going to place it there. That signifies that there's another one after, oops, sorry, I'm putting in the wrong spot, put it here, and it signifies that there's another entry after this one here. So as you can see at the moment, they're just a copy of each other, so the name is sys-netcheat for the one that was here, but we're going to name this one sys-tweak, because that's what it's called, sys-tweak. And then this is the title ID, so this is what's pointing towards the file that we that I showed you earlier, that was in the what was it called? It was in the titles folder. So we're going to go back into the switch and go into not App Store. Go to the root of the switch and then go Atmosphere, and then go into titles, and then it'll be the one that was 616 BFF. So you're just going to copy the name like so and paste it in here. And then on reboot, I recommend setting this to true, because I'm not 100% sure if you need to reboot or not, but it seems to be something that it's patching stuff on the fly. So I recommend rebooting to enable it properly. That way you're safe, you don't get any crashes or break anything. So I recommend doing it this way. Anyways, once you've done that, you can go up here and press save, and you can pretty much close out of the Notepad++. And that's all done now. So your setup here on the SD card is complete. So you can even go ahead and eject your USB. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Eject drive. And now we'll go back to the switch. Okay, so once you've put the SD card back into your switch, reloaded the exploit, and you're back on the home screen, what you're going to want to do is you're going to go down to the album icon just like usual, click on that one there, and then you're going to go over to Gold Leaf. So if you set up this CFW through the tutorial on the internet, or the one that I'm going to be making in the future, then you should probably have Gold Leaf installed. Even if you've installed Kosmos, you should have Gold Leaf installed. So you're going to want to open that up now, and now we've got to explore the contents of the SD card. So if you go through there and then click SD again, and then if you look in the root directory, it should be in here, browser.nsp, where it is over there. Just click on that one there and then click install, and then you can decide whether you want to install it to the SD card or console memory. Now I'm going to install it to the console memory, and if all goes well, you should get this box here asking you to install it. So just press install, and as you can see on mine now, the install was successful. So we're going to back out of this by pressing the plus button or the minus button. I recommend trying the plus first. If that doesn't work, press the minus button to exit the homebrew. That way it properly exits and it doesn't damage your SD card if you've got it formatted as exFAT. So anyways, from here we're now going to see that you've got the browser there. Now we're going to also go past this and we're going to go down to the Kosmos toolbox. So if you want to go in there and click on that, then click on background services. If you see now, you should see at the top left corner you've got sys-tweak enabled, as I do as well. If it doesn't say on, just click it once and it'll turn it on, and then you should reboot your switch, and once it's rebooted it should be properly enabled. Now what we'll do is we'll go back and we'll exit out of this homebrew, and we'll just go back to the home screen. And if you have a look now, we've got the browser on our desktop. So you can go ahead and click on that, and it'll come up with a little message. And there you have it. There is the internet browser on your Nintendo Switch. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions, please make sure to drop me a comment down below, and I'll be more than happy to help you out. So make sure to rate and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.